Today we have two activities for the kids. We're going to do a crayon resist egg pattern activity and a jumping paper cup rabbit activity. So first we'll do the magic egg pattern, or the crayon resist egg pattern activity. What do we need for that activity? So we just need white paper, white crayon if you have. I'm just going to use a different colored crayon, lighter shade, because I need to show you. I need to draw on the egg so that you can see it, because if I use a white crayon, you won't see it. So I'm just going to use tan for now, and water and paintbrush. So it's very easy. We just need very simple materials for this activity. So I drew an egg on the white paper and I cut it. If you don't know how to draw an egg, if you find it hard, you can look online for a template, or you can just ask a parents or a grown-up's help for you, so that for them to draw an egg for you. Okay. So what will I do? You can draw anything on the egg, up to you. It can be a pattern or your favorite things. For me, I'm going to make a pattern with my egg. Maybe a zigzag, circles, another zigzag, and then circles again. Maybe I want some circles on top also. So there, see, I have a pattern on my egg. Next, pretend this is white crayon, okay? So basically, it's invisible, you can't see it. Next, I'm going to dip my brush into the paint or the paper. On the paint, and paint my paper. So basically what will happen is that when you paint your egg, it should show the white crayon, or the pattern or the drawings that you made with your white crayon on the white paper. So I suggest to use watercolor paint. But if you don't have and you only have poster or acrylic at home, you just need to use, you can use those also, but you need to use a lot of water so that it will be very, very light, so that the crayon will still show, or there will still be the effect of crayon resist, even with dark paint. Well, if you don't have crayons, you can also use Cray-Pass. And even if it says that you can only use white, you can also use different colors if you want. It's just that it won't be invisible at first. So you already know what pattern it will show, or what pattern it will give you, because it's not the same color as the paper anymore. So I'll just finish painting the egg. So see, the egg is being painted, but I can still see the pattern the pattern is not being erased because the crayon is resisting the paint. Be careful using paint and water so that it doesn't spill. A tip for me is I use jar so I can use it again. So I can reuse the water again. Then when you're done painting, you can also use different colors of paint. You can mix them, up to you. I just don't want to use a lot of paint, so I only used one, and I recycled the paint that I used the past art activity. So there, I have a very pale pink egg. And as you can see, the crayon resisted. So I still see the pattern on the egg even though I painted over it already. So, what are we going to do next? We're just going to wait for the egg to dry. You can hang it outside so that the sun can help dry the egg. Or if it's not sunny anymore, just wait for it to dry completely. So, there you go. Here is our Crayon Resist Egg Art activity. Okay. For our second activity, the jumping paper cup bunny, what do we need? We need 2 paper cups. So 1, 2. We need white paper. So I have here scratch white paper. And I also have scratch pink paper. I'm going to use white and pink, but because that's the color of the bunny that I want. But if you don't have colored papers, you can just use paint or crayon to come up with another colored paper. I'm going to use markers, also rubber bands, scissors. When you use scissors, please be careful. If you cannot use it on your own, please ask a grown-up's help to help you with using scissors. Glue or double-sided tape. For today's activity, I'm just going to use a double-sided tape so that you can see how it'll look like fast enough so that it'll stick right away. But you can also use glue. It just so happens that when you use glue, you need to wait longer than when you use double-sided tape. Okay, first off, with your white paper, sorry, this is scratch, that's why it's torn. I like recycling stuff so that it doesn't get wasted. So on the white paper, draw bunny ears, a long one. Okay. So there's bunny ears. And then before cutting it, fold it so that when you cut it, you already get 2 pieces right away. Okay, so I have here 2 pieces. And then I'm going to draw smaller bunny ears using the pink paper. So there. And then what will I do? I will stick the pink paper on the white paper. For this one, I'm going to use glue. When you use glue, since we're sticking paper to paper, please don't use a lot so that it'll dry faster. And if it's paper to paper, it'll stick fast anyway. Here, I'm gonna put the glue around. See, I did put a lot. And then I'll stick it here. Okay. So now I have 2 bunny ears. Ta-da! What will I do? On one cup, I will stick my bunny ears like this. Ta-da! For this one, this is when I'm going to use my double-sided, but you can also, because my paper cup is the glossy type, so if I use glue, I'd have to wait longer, but if I use double-sided tape, it will stick right away. So I'm going to cut a small pieces of double-sided tape. You don't need a lot. So see how small I'm using. I'm going to cut it in the middle, 1 for each ear. Stick it here. Stick also on the other ear. Okay, so there we have bunny ears already. What's next? I'm going to cut a smaller. I'm going to draw. I'm going to draw a heart or a small peach. Sorry. And cut it for the nose of our bunny. So I'm going to cut have the nose of our bunny. I'm going to put it in the middle of our cup. I'll see if the glue will work. I'm going to put little amount of glue. I'm going to put the heart upside down. So I put glue and I'm going to stick it on the middle area. So there, oh there, it's stuck. And then what's next? Using my marker, I'm going to draw the eyes and the whiskers of the bunny. So there's my those are my eyes for the bunny, and then I'm going to draw whiskers. Whiskers and a small smiley face for my bunny. So there is my bunny. That's the upper body of our bunny, and for the other cup, I just cut on the pink paper again. I'm going to draw an oval or another egg shape. Okay, see, I'm using again the pink paper that we used so that we don't waste paper. So draw an oval or an egg shape and then use the scissors to cut, and you will arrive with this one. So for this one, I'm just going to put it here in the middle of our other cup, or the lower part of the body of the bunny. Put glue around it, not so much. We're going to this is just paper, so you don't need a lot. So I'm gonna stick it here. There. Make sure there are no glue outside of the paper, or else it will stick on the other paper cup when we put it on top. So there. And then I'm just going to use my marker again to draw bunny feet. So it's easy. This is how I'm going to draw the bunny feet. Just a semicircle like this, and then one, maybe two small lines for the feet. There you go. Now I have the bunny feet. Okay. For the next instruction, you need a grown-up's help to do it. Okay, because we're going to use the rubber bands, and you need to poke 4 holes on our bunny to make it jump from the body, from the lower part of our bunny. Okay, so what am I going to do? Using your marker or a pencil, you will need to draw 4 holes on the upper part of our bunny. So here, I'm going to draw here 1, 2, 1, 2. I think you can see it. I better use a marker. Okay, so again, 1, 2, and then on the back part also 3 and 4. Then what will you do? You need to ask a help of a grown-up to help you put a hole on the marks that you made. So you can use a cutter or a scissors, or if you have a very sharp pencil, you can also use that to poke on the paper cup. Okay. So now I have 4 holes on my paper cup. And I have my rubber band here. What will I do? You need to cut the rubber band. So cut first. So now you have a cut rubber band. Fold it again. And then cut. Cut in half. So now you have 2 pieces of your rubber band. What will you do? You have to insert it on the hole that you made. Okay, ask help if you can't do it on your own. Say hi, bunny. I'm gonna poke it with pencil so that I can see the hole better. There you go. See, now I put it inside, and before you get it, make a knot with a rubber band. The smaller hole, the better, because you might need to make a bigger knot, or you have to keep putting a knot if the hole is too big. So here I'm going to, this is my third knot already, because I think I made the hole too big. There. So there. You can also put a tape over it. So there. You see? And then, look for the hole inside. There. It has to be a crisscross. Okay? You can also use garter if you don't have rubber bands at home. And you can also use a hair tie, but we don't want you to waste the hair tie by cutting it. So the best option would be a rubber band. I'm just giving you different kinds of options if you don't have a rubber band with you. Or if you don't have anything elastic, you can just stop with a paper cup rabbit and just play with it like a puppet. Okay. So, oopsie. See, you have to put a knot or a tape over it. I just don't want to stretch it a lot because the rubber band might break. I think the best option would be to put a tape over it. But it might affect the way that the rabbit will jump or the cup will jump. So that's one. And then you have to do the next one to make a cross inside. Okay, so after putting the rubber band on the knots, after knotting the rubber band on a cross pattern, you should see a cross pattern inside. And then, all you have to do to play with it is to put it over the other cup, press it down, and release. So, there. This part, the knotting of the rubber band is a little hard and complicated, so I suggest you ask for grown-ups help to do it. And then after that, you can secure it using a tape. I used the tape to secure it because I made the holes a little bigger than the rubber band. So there. And then again, to play with your bunny cups, what you have to do is to press it and then release. Press and release. Press and release. There you go. I hope you enjoyed doing paper cup bunny with me and our crayon resist egg activity. I hope you enjoy your Easter, and I hope you had fun learning these art activities with me. See you again next time. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.